Community Action News with Rick Godley, CAN. Remember, when you can't, maybe together we can. Community Action News, CAN.
Rick Talk.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Rick Godley. We're in the Lincoln Parish Museum, and I am sitting with nationally awarded, acclaimed, accredited FBLA Simsboro, Louisiana, 6th in the United States of America here, and we want to do a follow-up. We have Omarion, Jalen, and LaJayden. Gentlemen, congratulations, man. Good. That was awesome.
Thank you.
All right, so why don't you start there, Omarion? You're the president of the 2025 FBLA out of Simsboro. Take us back to the beginning of the year and what your vision was, because it is Borough Vision, right?
Yes, sir.
Take us back to that.
So back in July, we was at our first. Me and Jay was at our first national conference when we had partnered up with Tommy's Teas, and we had already basically decided who we was going to partner with for the next partnership with business project. And we was like, oh, we want World Division. We see our community wear World Division. We see our parents and stuff wear World Division. We wear World Division. And then I was like, now, what are the chances World Division is going to actually, respond and contact us back? So that took around 2 months just to get them to contact us back. And so when they finally said yes, we was like, wow, amazing. We got World Division. So in September, we had our first Zoom call with the owners, and we started designing like what we want to do throughout the year. And we decided we want to do like one big event and have that in January. So then in October, we took our first chapter field trip to the World Division warehouse, and members were able to gain like how they could start their own business and learn more about the World Division brand. So then November, we actually went to New Orleans together. We went to New Orleans, and we got to meet a bunch of different entrepreneurs and a bunch of other brand owners, and we learned how they started their brand and how we could also network our own businesses. And that's when me and LaJayden decided to come out with our brand, the Luminous, and Jalen was able to basically further his photography brand and do a brand photo shoot for another brand owner. And so I think it was December, we had a pep rally, and World Division was able to come out, and they threw out like the Borough Vision t-shirt that we had just designed after the conference in New Orleans. And so after that, we had January come up. It was like our big vision day, and that was like the event that basically took all our hard work and put it into one day. And World Division came out. We had a bunch of people from the community came out. We had members come out, and they played games. People were able to buy Borough Vision merchandise. And so after that, we was like, so what we going to do with all this profit? LaJayden came up with the idea to basically take it and give it back to the community. So we all decided on the Boys and Girls Club of North Louisiana. And in February, we took the money. It was $3,000, and we donated to the Boys and Girls Club of North Louisiana, which got split between the Ruston location and the Arcadia location.
Talk about giving back. And so Nick and Marlon of WRLDINVSN, when you approached them, and you said you went out to the warehouse first, correct? And then when you went down to New Orleans, did they make that connection for you? Because that's their home base, but they're choosing to stay out of Ruston. Or, all right, LaJayden, when you went to New Orleans, were you looking for entrepreneurs, or were you looking for more study of Jalen and Nick? What was that trip to New Orleans?
So he told us there would be more entrepreneurs, and so we can get more knowledge of how they started or where they came from, because all of them started at a young age. So that being said, so they all taught us since we were young age, in that age range. So we can start our own business now, and they just tried to tell us how we can do that, different ways they did it, and so it was just start your business, marketing, making smart decisions. And they do the thing called Activate Your Vision, which was a program that the World Division has to teach other entrepreneurs what to do to start their business. So it was basically a learning lesson for us to come back and take.
This sounds like a pretty cool senior year for all of you. Jalen, did they just get you on the team for your basketball skills? Is that?
Well, nah, actually at first I wasn't even going to do it. And then he was begging me. I was like, dude, you should do it. Dude, you should do it. He begged me and convinced me, and I was like, you know what, I'll do it. At first, I wasn't even gonna really go to national because I was thinking like, okay, that's a whole week out of my summer. Like I don't even know if I wanted to do that. But I was just like, you know what, they worked really hard on it and stuff. So I was like, I might as well. So
Well, just for the sake of the audience, going to nationals was in Anaheim, California. And so I remember last year, Simsboro FBLA, just, you took a bus ride or over to Atlanta. This one was a big initiative. You mean you wanted to spend your summer in Louisiana rather than going to Anaheim, California?
well, nah, normally around this time, like my family does like a vacation, but we actually went earlier and we actually went to California again because that's where my side of the family is from. So, I mean, yeah, it just worked out in my favor this time.
Awesome, awesome. All right, so you came in sixth place. And by the way, the Nationals for FBLA, I did go and do the research, and there were so many categories. Did you know? I mean, we're talking, I'm going to say maybe 13 to 20 pages of category. Did you know it was that extensive?
I think it was like 100 team, 100
100 events.
100 events.
100 events. Okay, and so when Simsboro FBLA comes in sixth in the United States for a business to business, is that what's the category y'all placed high in?
Partnership with business.
Partnership with business. So you partnered up there with World Envision, Nick and Marlon, and so take us through what was going through your mind as you're out in California, competing with 85 of the best FBLAs in the United States. Take it through the process. What was going through your mind personally?
So I say the first round, we was like, okay, we gotta go in here. We're gonna show out. Even if we don't place in the finals, we did our best. So we went in the presentation room. We got through it. LaJayden started a little bit on local schools book fair.
Oh, so you're pointing out your partner's flaws, right? No, keep going.
And so after that, we was like, ain't no way we gonna make the finals after that. But we was like, if we do, we gonna be like, next time we gonna do it better. So it's 4 a.m. in the morning. Miss Mercer is at the door. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. We didn't know who it was. We like, hey man, we trying to sleep. So we opened the door and she like, y'all made it to finals. We halfway asleep. We said, huh? Y'all made it to finals. Y'all gotta get ready to present again. We look at each other, we like, oh, we made it to finals. And so we like, this is probably the first time Simsboro FBLA has made it to finals in nationals. So we get up for the final round. We done picked our outfits. I think we wore black and green for the finals.
Yeah,
I don't remember. No, we wore the
H one.
That was for the
No. You're right. We did.
We wore black and green for the final, so we all matching in our black suits, black shirts, green ties. So we get in the final round. We had some technical difficulties trying to set up, but we ended up persevering and going through. And so then we halfway through the slides, LaJayden get to the word host. And
why you keep bringing up my flaws? We ain't got to tell that.
I'll ask that.
It's part of the story, Jay.
Oh, it is?
We got to show about perseverance.
Well, and I agree. I mean, not only is it part of the story because of perseverance, but we're talking a lot of pressure that you probably have never felt before in your life. Am I right? And then you had to push through, and I do it all the time. You flub a word and you try to just move on from it, and you did.
And so
Finally.
It took what, 5 tries?
Continue with your story.
So after he got there, we kind of all chuckled a little bit. The judges even kind of laughed a little bit. And so then we ended it off and they started asking the questions. And we like, so these questions they asking, they easy. And we like, all right, whatever we place, as long as we made it to finals, we worked out hard. We did our best. So then we get to the award ceremony. And that's when all the waiting, they took a nap. I looked, they was over there asleep. I'm like, all right. I'm still over there nervous. They had the Louisiana FBLA had balloons. I was so nervous I started popping the balloons. So we look at the screen. We at the bottom of the screen. I couldn't even tell if we had made it. And Tim and said, y'all go up, get up, go on the stage. We said, huh? And so I looked, they up. I said, all right. We get on the stage. We go back there. And so we meet with other people. They were like, oh, congratulations. We said, okay, we looking. We like, all right. Even if we place 10th place, as long as we got on the stage, we good. And up on the stage, you couldn't hear the man. Like, you couldn't hear the announcer or nothing. So I thought they had called us for 10th place until I looked back and they said, "Nah, we still up." I said, "Okay." And me being me, I thought somebody would say, was talking something. So I looked over and gave him a little side eye and everything like that. Miss Mercy even got a picture of me giving the man a side eye. And so then they said, "6th place, Simsboro." We said, we looked around, we like, we did it, we got a trophy. So we took the picture, we went back, we got our official trophies. But before that, we seen Miss Mercer front row and center taking pictures. We seen Miss Holcomb front row taking pictures, everything like that. And so when we just came back, we had our trophies. We went outside, we took more pictures. And it was just all a dream come true because it seemed like all our hard work just led up to this.
Oh, gosh, yeah. Yeah, all right. So, Lajayden, talk about that experience. I mean, there's got to be a life lesson learned for you, a valuable life lesson learned for you at a young age. You got stuck on a word. And then it sounds like to me, it broke the tension in the room.
I learned to wear glasses next time because I couldn't see the screen. But the first time we went in there, we had been practicing all day. Omarion wanted to practice 30 times before we even went in there.
I'm practicing in the shower.
So he practiced all week, the night of, the day of, 10 minutes before, 5 minutes before. So we practiced, and so I knew the script. I would get in there, and they get to, we talked about what we did, what we wanted to do in the future. And I got stumbled over the word host because it was supposed to say host in the line, a t-shirt, a competition.
Mhm.
But I didn't see the A, and so it was just host. And so I got stumbled on that word. And the time before that, I got stumbled on the word, what was it?
Local schools.
Local schools. I
Book
forgot
fair.
the word book fair. Book fair was no longer in my category, in my vocabulary, because I didn't know what book fair was. So I was just saying local schools. Local schools. I stopped. I said, "I'm sorry. Local schools" again, and still couldn't say book fair. And so the judge looked at me and she was like, "Take your time."
Right.
And then I looked and I said, "Local schools book fair."
But I had to whisper the word book.
Yeah, he had to whisper the word book. I don't know. But it was a lot of pressure, but I knew what to say. I just stumbled over the word.
Sure. All professionals do that. What about you, Jalen? Where were you in the presentation? What was your role?
I mean, I was the lead photographer, marketer, and creator of the project. So what was really going through my head, like it was more. I was more like I say calm and like it was like cool. I was like really going with the flow. Like, I was just enjoying my time there. It wasn't really a lot of pressure on me. I was a little nervous, like when it was fun to go up, but like once we started, it was like we did it 1,000 times. Like I wasn't really scared or nothing like that. So I was just cool. I was going with the flow for the most part. So
Awesome. Flicks by Jalen, right? And can folks find these photographs there that you took?
I actually didn't bring my camera there, but they could find a lot of other photos that they may need for anything in any event. So get at me.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. So you're back home. School's over. Yeah. Where are we going next year?
I will be attending Grambling State University, majoring in business management with a minor in graphic design, and I'm also trying to start a collegiate FBLA chapter, me and Lajayden, at Grambling State University.
Awesome. Let me know what I can do to help because, yeah, I need you to manage my business. Okay. And what about you, Jalen? Where are we going?
We're going to Lafayette and ULL down in Lafayette. I'm gonna do mass communications, minor in business.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And Lajayden, how about you?
I'm going to Grambling, the master in education, do social studies.
Awesome. All right. Now, Lajayden, look back on your senior year. Are you feeling a little bit, what's the word? Nostalgic already? Are you sad it's over a little bit?
I am a little bit.
Okay.
I very am because, we spent so much time in Miss Mercer's room. And so you missed that because I was always with her. And so that's about it. That's all I can
Sure.
think of. 'Cause, I was always in her room. It was it.
Not in trouble either, for the sake of the camera. All right, Jalen, are you glad that Lajayden talked you into it?
Look back on it, yeah, because it opened a lot of doors for me. It helped me get like a new perspective on business. And also gave me like a whole learning experience.
Well, one of the things I've noticed too about the club, it always focused on positivity. And so here's a positive influence in your life. You know what I mean? And let's get real. I mean, sometimes when I get advice from people who love me, I don't want to hear it. But that's you heard it and you acted. Now you got a valuable memory going for you.
I had to beg him.
A big one.
But you just talked about how
Yeah.
I had a bag.
I did. I remember I was going to work and I was on the phone with him and he was like, I don't think I want to do it. And he was trying to come up with all type of ways. He wanted to make money and I said, well, try this out and we might be able to find a way for you to do something. And he gave it a try. And so it helped him with his photography. See,
Awesome. All right, Omari, what about you? I mean, leader, president, been in FBLA for what, 4 years? 3 years. And now you're moving on. So you understand what I'm asking is like, you all have the joy of looking forward to college and what life will present and what you can do. And then you're also like, man, I had a good time. And you going through those mixed emotions?
I would say if I had one more year, Jay, you can agree with me on this. One more year, another chance at partnership with business, we would have brought home their first place trophy.
Well, what's stopping you from going and growing and starting it at Grambling and for the collegiate level?
With having a collegiate chapter, I learned that there are way less events. You go from 100 events to like 24. But doesn't mean we're not bringing the national trophy on the ground, Jay.
There you go. All right, closing thoughts, closing words, man. I just want to congratulate you. I fell in love with the club and all of you all right from the very beginning, and I don't know why I was attracted, but I stayed involved, and I'm so happy that I saw the potential. I mean, am I right? I saw and I'm like, this needs to be saluted and highlighted because it's very encouraging. Closing thoughts. Give us some words of wisdom.
So to everybody watching, especially the future FBLA members, y'all live by the motto, one life, one world, one vision. Continue to chase your dreams, learn from others' mistakes, and find your own way to lead because every leader is different.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming. Please drive carefully and arrive home safely. Good night.